Did y'all see all of that chocolate on that episode today, baby? Ooh, Auntie got a sweet tooth. Hey, y'all. Welcome to my channel. Hey. Hi, this is the Recap Auntie, and my name is Shar. Welcome so much. Thank you for coming by. This is the Moo review for Beyond the Gates. Hey, y'all. I'm in the southeastern region. We had little storms, had me knocked off the little kilter a little bit. Not bad, because my auntie's still here. And I have rehearsals and stuff like that. So I'm a little late, like a day late, but consistency is the key, right? So I'm going to try to sometimes have the episodes on the same day. Sometimes I ain't going to have it on the same day. Y'all already know. But I'm happy that I didn't miss this one, baby, because right now it's 6 blah, blah, blah in the morning. And I said I need to get up and I need to go ahead and do my video, like I said, because I love it. I'm loving the show. And this particular episode was really interesting because we didn't have crazy ass Danny in there. We didn't have Lady Dupree. We didn't have Vernon. We had Nicole. She wasn't really the solid foundation of it. So it was good to see that they were able to handle and carry this particular episode without all the craziness of Danny, And I think they did fairly well. What do y'all think? I think they did really, really good. And they knew what they needed to do because they knew they had to feel, they had to give us some really, macadamia chocolate, with Diego. Then they had to move all the way down to the real rich, dark chocolate like Ted. So I see what y'all was doing. Beyond the Great Gates. I see it, and I noticed it, and I got a cavity right here. All right, let's get started. So we open with Nicole and Eva just working her position. What? Okay, what? Eva being Eva. So Eva is already on it even before Nicole is able to have her first cup of coffee because Nicole is about to go to the country club to have, oh, I forgot to tell y'all, I got my notebook. So if I'm looking down, please don't be mad at me. Just love me. She's about to go have brunch with her family, Ted and the kids and in-laws and stuff. So after Nicole leaves to have brunch with her family at the country club, Eva starts to snoop through her office, through the office drawers, looking for something. So she tried to open up the drawers, and all of the drawers have marked like certain years, like 2022, 2023, 2024. So she goes into Nicole's drawer, her main desk drawer, and then she finds this key. So she finds the key, slides it out, and then we see the back of this person's head. It's like, who the hell are you? I thought it was Danny because, in Danny's sequence that she had the other day, the big curls was in the back. But no, it wasn't Danny. It was Cat, honey. It was Meow Meow. And it was a lot. She was acting real catty in this particular episode. I didn't see that before. I saw her acting like that with Andre. But for some reason, it just seemed like this real catty cat was real prominent in this episode. And I think I like her. I think I like her. She don't see through. She sees through all the evil bullshit. She do. So she says, Eva says that you must mean, it's Cat who's standing there. So Eva says, excuse me, that she's Nicole's new assistant and you must be her daughter. And Cat was like, a qualified assistant would know that shit. She said, you know I add my little spice to it. So Cat is really acting very spoiled. So Eva tells Cat about how Leslie knew Mona and how Mona got her the job and she interviewed and everything. So Cat was like, oh, it was who you knew that got you this job. It was who you knew that got you this kind of work in this gig. Because it sure wasn't your professional outfit, honey. Especially them funky ass boots. I was like, whoa. Eva says that Nicole told her that her office was a very relaxed environment. But Cat was like, so that's why you felt like you needed to go snooping through my mama's desk, heifer? And Eva said, Snoop? Girl, that whole word Snoop could have had a whole script by itself the way you was, Snoop. And the award goes to, look, I got a little bling. And the award, y'all like my little blinged out purse? And the award goes to Eva for saying the word Snoop. Hey, Eva. Girl, y'all like, Cat would love this purse. Anyway, Cat says, Yeah, she said, Snoop. So Eva says, I was just hunting for a stapler. Girl, it was right there sitting on top of her desk. Is that what you was looking for? So Eva is like, shouldn't you be meeting your mom at the country club or something, girl? And girl, um, did your mom tell you that you would be? Didn't your mom say you needed to go and meet her at the country club or something like that? And Kat was like, no, I mean, you work for my mama. You don't work for me. Next time you want to know where we go and what we're doing and how we're doing it, no, you pay attention to what my mammy is doing. Don't look at what I'm doing. I was like, oh, okay. Uh, so Eva says, fair enough, and I didn't mean to offend you. I'm like, Kat was not offended, honey. I can promise you that Kat was far from being offended about you asking her why you snooping through my mama's stuff. So after Kat leaves, Eva is talking, taking a phone call or a text from someone, and then she was, say, okay, yes, So child, that fine ass Ted walked in there with that white turtleneck. It's tight and it's fitting him all right. Such a gentleman. He told Eva, he said, oh, excuse me. Well, she was like daydreaming. He's talking to her. She stops and goes to her daydream sequence about the conversation that her and her mom had about him. So she finally hangs up the phone and he says, oh, I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm looking for Dr. Richardson. I'm the other Dr. Richardson, her hubby, Ted. I was like, oh, hey, Ted. It's nice to meet. I bet you smell good, too. So she tells him that she knows who he is. And he says, oh, you must be the new assistant stepping in for Laura. He was very charming. I think that she needed to take that as a note because that man didn't have a mean bone in his body. Maybe he did back when he was fucking around with Leslie, but no, he was very charming with her. He asked her for her name, and she almost said Raven or something. She almost said another name, but she said Eva Thomas. So he said, it's a pleasure meeting you, Eva. We're happy that you're here on board. And he shakes her hand. He says, I'm happy that she's there. And she looks like she's in shock. So Ted walks into the office they walked in from one office to the other, and she was following behind him, and he was telling her that he was hoping that he would catch up with Nicole so they can go to the country club together. But his morning ran a little long. Like, what you was doing, Ted? I mean, just tell Nicole we was late because we had a long day. Okay. She seems to have a good handle on the office, and he tells her that she's making my wife's life so much easier. He thanked her for being there. And I was like, girl, you better lock that thought about how nice he is in the back of your mind and think about how crazy your mammy is. So Jacob walks into the office to tell Ted that he wanted to give him an update on Laura's hit and run incident. And so Eva left, but she was, listening behind the door. And he said when he pulled the surveillance footage, we see that earlier, but we see he's pulling the surveillance footage, and it's not much help because when they try to zoom in onto the tag of the car, it's missing. Of the motorcycle is missing, and the person was driving and had the helmet on. So he was, sorry about that. So he said even the best guys that he hired couldn't see the face of the driver, so they have come to a dead end. So again, Eva is eavesdropping behind the door. So we see Nicole, earlier, before Nicole left, Nicole had a conversation with Eva and talked about, it was real short, like, girl, we know about the actual incident, the elephant in the room, talking about Danny at the wedding, and that was it. It wasn't that much. So Nicole arrives at the country club where she meets Kat, Martin, and Ted. Kat tells Nicole, like, Mama, I don't like Eva's ass. That new chick you got with the bad shoes. I was like, what type of shoes Eva got on? They should have had her lift up her foot so we could see what she had on, because damn. So Kat feels that she could do better. She caught her snooping through her desk, and Nicole's like, girl, she's just trying to get acquainted with the office, girl. And Kat says, nah, Mama, she seems too shady to me, and I don't trust her ass. And she shows Nicole an app that she used to staff her father's office, because I guess Kat is like an administrator. So she staffed Ted's entire office. She said, just give me before the end of the day and I'll have 100 resumes for you. And you'll have more people who are more relevant and more experienced than somebody who does hair on the side. I saw her shit on IG, and her hairstyle, she don't even know how to do her own, let alone other people's. So Nicole is like, no, I interviewed her myself. She's good for me. Mona gave me good word. Everybody, I know what I'm doing. So we found out that the video that was made, that we found out that video at the wedding has gone viral. It's made it to the Shade Room. It's made it to the Breakfast Club. It's made it to TMZ. So they finally meet and they talking about this wedding bullshit again. So Kat does not trust Eva. She tells her mama, and Kat feels that she has a blind spot for Eva. She talked about how bad Eva's shoes are, and she feels that Nicole will regret bringing Eva into their lives. She got them cat instincts. Cats know things, although I'm allergic to cats, but they know things. So we see Leslie, Mona, and I can't remember Ashley's mother's name. They're sitting around at this little coffee shop talking about the damn wedding again. They were talking about, I don't blame Danny. This man not only got married to somebody that they brought in their home, he has a wedding right here at the country club, and he moves her here in the same town. I would have done the same damn thing. So they laugh about the wedding. They're just gossiping about it. And Mona was like, y'all, I don't like that one bit. Like, Nicole is my girl. And when the Duprees hurt, she hurt. So when she hurts, I hurt. I'm like, Mona, do you like her? I mean, do you like her? Anyway, she tells them how y'all will feel if that whole thing was kikiing about y'all shit. How would you feel? And so Ashley's mom was like, girl, you right. I wouldn't like that at all. So the cold ass Leslie was like, well, talking about it would have been nice. Don't they have a shrink in the family? I'm like, you wrong for that. You need to shrink, bitch. So they brag. So Mona was like, well, how's Laura? Oh, they coming good. They paying for all of Laura's expenses. Ted and Nicole are wonderful people. Nicole. Ted. And, you can see Leslie's nose hair is just a flaring, honey. They just dancing because she don't like to hear all that shit about how Ted is spending all this money and Nicole is reaping the benefits. I'm like, Nicole has paid her own way. She's a Dupree. She already have money. And she's a doctor. She could do what the fuck she want to do. That's her money. So Mona says they might have to, it might have a clue who did it, but we already know that they didn't do it. So when she actually tells the ladies that, the police pulled the security footage, and you see Leslie like, oh shit, So then we see Vanessa talking to Diego. She tells him that she hates to go to the gym, because as long as I got you with me, baby, I don't have to get any workouts. You give me enough. So I was like, girl, you want Diego. You want Diego, don't you? It's okay. It's okay. So then her hubby, Dr. I can't think of his name, shows up. I'm going to go get these people's names, I promise. So Vanessa complains to her husband, like, you're just not home enough. And he was like, baby, I'm a cardiac surgeon. You can't turn down any patients. So she's having fun. Vanessa don't care, honey, at all that he's gone. She's having way too much fun. She did her little role playing with the other guy, and then she'd be flirting, with Diego. So she's fine. So when the cat's away, the dog or the mouse will play. So she talks to Diego and talks him into, she sees Diego because he comes over to the dinner table where they're having lunch at. And she tells him about this real estate property that he is interested in, or a friend of his is interested in, because remember, she's a real estate agent. So she's going to show Diego the property. So we see Diego walk away. So Vanessa turns around and looks at Diego like, all of that. Her husband's sitting right there across the seat at the table. So he's on the phone. Girl, that nigga, he ain't doing no cutting on nobody, but cutting them cards at the table. Or he ain't got no patience. He got some patience because his patience is short because he's losing money. Because why? He's a gambler. He's a gambler. Believe it. I know. I've been with somebody who's like that. That ain't cool at all. So we see that he's on his phone, and it says it's like a spets boarding app, and it was called the Race Day Quick Sheet at the top. And you had all these horses named Jamba Baby, Cheez It, Oliver's Chance, Temptation Alley, Daisy Chan, I think, and etc. So they both have secrets. I knew, but I said I knew it was too good to be true because whatever. So they are sharing pics when he says that he has to leave before the hospital pages him. So he picks up his keys, and then this whole poker chip falls out. She said, a poker chip? He said, oh, yeah, it might have been from the casino night at the country club, 4 years ago. That's what I added, because what you doing with a poker chip? So he runs into Ted. He runs into Ted at the front door, and they give each other a fist pound, and they leave. So we see Vanessa hubby at the craps table, and he ain't taking care of nobody but himself, because he got, his name is Dr. McBride. So he loses, and he wants the house to give him credit to gamble some more. And they was like, no, Dr. McBride, we can't do that. We can't do it. So he makes a phone call, asks for a favor. So his friend Randy shows up, and he's at desperate asking Randy, man, can you, help me out? He's like, nah, you know who I work for? He's Mr. Bumpy Gums, He gonna break my duck, all that little gangster talk. He gonna break my feet. He gonna make sure that I disappear in the water. See. He's gonna make sure I disappear. He's gonna break my knuckles. All that little old gangster shit. So Randy tells Dr. McBride, you need to ask Vanessa. No, she got some money. He was like, man, I would never dare. He's like, look, you ain't getting it from me. You got to get it from somebody. So get it from Nessa. So next we see Vanessa sees Diego. He said, she said, you ready to see that house? He was like, sure. And she's like, okay, let's go get stuff to start. He said, you want to get this party? No, he said, let's get this party started. And she's like, what are you talking about? He says, I'm giving you just what you want. And she said, damn, it's about damn time. And she grabs him, and they start tonguing down. And she's like, oh, they fall into some closet or another room, honey. And he fucked the shit out of her. Yeah. So we see Martin and Smitty. They come back from a basketball game. That's early in the show. And Martin gets a call about the wedding. He said, I ain't telling you about this, but let me tell you about that. They said, we don't want to hear about that. He said, well, don't ask me nothing else, because I ain't telling you about what my auntie did at the fucking wedding. I'm not telling you that. Click. So Smitty feels lost, and he was like, the kids are growing up, and he can't keep himself busy. So he talks to Nicole about that, because I guess Martin stepped away to go to the bathroom because Nicole was sitting in the country club. I guess Kat had stepped away. But anyway, Smitty sat down and talked to Nicole and said he's feeling empty, that he feels like, it's strange because Danny was like that eventually. He's feeling empty, and he needs something to keep himself busy. And he said he wants to get into the press. So she was like, well, maybe you need to work with Martin. And he was like, be his own his secretary. No thanks, mama. No thanks. So Smitty said he reached out to some of his former colleagues, and she asked him, how does Martin feel about it? He said, I ain't told him yet. And you can see Martin like listening behind the wall of their conversation. So remember earlier, like a few episodes ago, he was talking on the phone to somebody. He was like, good, I can't wait to start feeling like myself again, or feeling appreciated. That's what it is. And that was because he wants to transition back into doing news and reporting. I said, okay, do that, boo. You need to do that. Don't ever let yourself, wrap yourself behind somebody else to fulfill their dreams, but then you lose yourself. Been there, honey. Been there. Been there. So after Smitty leaves, Martin shows up and tells Nicole that he's thinking about running again. She said, oh, okay, well, we got you. He's a congressman. He was like, no, Mom, I'm thinking about running for president. Child, don't I wish that this was a real world decision. With the shit we've been going through. Martin for president. Anyway, we see Jacob, who's Naomi's husband. He's the cop. He's a handsome guy. Honey, I think that Jacob's father is the chief of police that he was talking about earlier at the wedding. Remember, the cop came by, was going to arrest Danny. He said, I know, Chief blah, blah, blah. That's Jacob's pappy. Child. Beautiful, smooth head. Black goatee. Really milk chocolate skin and hazel eyes, baby. And he married. So hazel eyes. we see him pop up at this local diner, and we see Pops. He called him Pops. Sorry if I'm popping all in the microphone, but Pops. He's the chief of police, and he tells his dad he couldn't find the right person who hit Laura. I think Jacob is really like intense. He really is like locked into this whole cop thing. So he tells him that he feels bad, about this whole Danny thing. He said, Daddy, I was right there. I was right there. And I just let her get away with it. I ain't even try to arrest her or anything. He was like, well, look, son, you did what you needed to do. Now, the Duprees, they going to find a way to try to help their family out. And you can't always be Captain Save-A-Ho every time. You can't. So you did the right thing by not doing anything. And he was like, no, Dad, I feel bad. Like, look, just like what the bill said, nigga, let it be. Let it be. Okay? It's cold. That boy need to work. He gonna get that job in his head, and he ain't gonna know how to get through some stuff. Anyway, so after Eva, we get back to Eva. After she left the room, we see that Eva made it home, and so her mama comes home. So she tells Leslie that she met Ted. She's like, I met him. And she's like, Lord have mercy. Girl, Leslie, you ain't got a Lord or have mercy in your soul. Stop it. So spill it, child, spill it. So Eva tells that she shook her hand, and he made her feel like a real employee. No, she said, he made me feel like an employee. This girl expected this man to look at her face like, oh, you're my long-lost daughter. I can see it in your complexion. That I don't believe that, because remember, Leslie is dark. Ted is dark. Eva is light. She's lighter than me. I don't believe it. I think that girl had a crush on him, like a passing thing, and didn't know how to approach him. I think Leslie did that, and he never paid her no mind, and she got into her head, this whole fabricated story in her head. Anyway, Eva says that he shook her hand. She said that she said that he shook it like and she said she could barely get out 2 words. So Leslie asked, what did she think about it? She said she could understand how you felt from him when you was innocent, Mama. And Leslie tells her that he dropped everything for Nicole. And Eva's like, I'm just mad at Ted doing that dirty, and how scared you were as a single mom. I'm like, girl, there's a lot. My mammy was a single mother, and she wasn't scared. She made it feel like it was like, oh my God. One child, my mama had 2. I know some women out here who got 5 and they single. Girl. Anyway, Leslie reassures her that their day is coming with her crazy ass. And she also tells Leslie that she met Kat today. She said, oh, okay, so you met this spoiled princess. She said, oh, no, Mama. When you said this princess, you knocked that right on the head. She got a stink-ass attitude. So, Mama, she said, well, Martin is not as bad as Kat. And so Mama tells her to stand quiet, to stand tall, and she will fall hard off the pedestal in her Louis Vuitton shoes. That's what she was talking about, Kat. And when she finds out that she's not Daddy's only little girl, that Kat is going to really fall off her high pedestal because she's so missed it. And she going to fall off because you ain't Daddy's only little girl. So Eva tells Leslie that Jacob was there to investigate Laura's crash, and Leslie acts like the cops well, maybe they're chasing a ghost. Oh my God, I really hope that they find the person who tried to hurt that girl. And I was like, so when we come back from a commercial, Eva was like, Mama, I hope you didn't do something about that crash. Please don't tell me that was you responsible for that girl's crash. Girl, why would you think that? Talk about after all we've been through, I would never do that. I would never do such a heinous crime. That's another word, heinous. Heinous, well, it's not a word, but it's one of the words, they teach us every episode a word that we might have never been exposed to. Heinous, H-E-I-N-O-U-S. Let me pause it and see what it's about. It's it's a word. It's a word that means wicked, baby. I said that. That's why I did my little. That song makes me cry, y'all. Just a little side note. I sing wicked. I can't listen to the song. That song has like a spell on it. Because every time I hear that song, I tear up. I don't know. Defying gravity. Okay, anyway. Then she plays mind games with Eva. asking, are you getting cold feet? Because I knew your ass wasn't strong enough to take this. I asked you when we started planning this, were you ready? You said, yeah, Mama, I'm ready. Oh, yeah, Mama, I am ready. I'm not scared. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't try to kill that girl. She said, now play it cool. Lower your guard. She will make sure that the world crushes all around them, okay? She will get what's hers. You will get it. You will get what's yours, your name and your birthright. Just chill. And I think that's it. I think that's my whole video. I think I read through everything, didn't I? Oh, okay. Smitty reached out to, yeah, I did that. Martin. Vanessa with her hot ass all over Diego. Meet that fine pappy. Jacob's pappy. The captain. The captain. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I think that's it. We see Leslie, Ashley. Okay. Yeah, that was the whole episode. That's the whole episode. I hit all my bullet points. I didn't scroll down for nothing. Yeah, that's it. That was the whole show. So, of course I don't try to hit everything because, I try to pick out the little nuggets that I feel is real cute, because whoever the script writers are, I love them. Y'all are dope. Y'all are really dope. So that's my review today. Let me go ahead and recap today. And let me go ahead and get this edited together so I can upload it. And thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you for coming by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, talk below if you like. But let's get these views. Keep sharing, y'all. If y'all can share. Because, again, we on the campaign. We trying to get on the show. And if it's going to be y'all that's going to help me to do it. I've been trying to tag their asses on TikTok. They act like they don't see me. But I know you see me. I know you see me. I know you do. Maybe y'all already finished y'all season. I might try to share some behind the scenes that I'll share on here, about them. Because, man, I think Beauty and Black is back tonight. Oh, child. I'm going to try. We going to try, baby. Next month, it's going to be some days I'm going to skip with, Beyond the Gates. But I'm going to catch up because I got to go out of town for business. Yes. But anyway, thank y'all for coming by. Thank you so much for being here with me. Whew. Let me go ahead and get this edited together so I can get ready for work because it's 7:09 this morning and the sun is rising. So bye, y'all.